this issue will get resolved and we'll be able to play together soon. We'll play regular season.
Do you anticipate it being a mad dash, especially when it comes to the free agency? Everything can have plays just from one day. Do you think it's going to be a mad dash or
Well, on which respect? On the college free agents or the professional free agents? Yeah, you know, I think this. I think that really it's just delayed. I don't know that there'll be a mad rush. I mean, I think always when when the league year begins, there's an initial rush. To get guys in, guys that you have targeted, and those guys get signed. I think there's a lot of signings probably in the first, 7 or 8, 9 days of free agency, and whenever that happens, I wouldn't anticipate it being a lot different. I think, for us, we've been prepared. We were prepared to go if the league year would have opened, when it was originally scheduled, and we'll be prepared. When they tell us it's ready to go. So I just don't see it being a lot different other than we're just in this holding pattern. At least for
Have you started building contingency plans for what if we have a 3-week training camp? What if we have 6 weeks? What if we do have time to squeeze in OTAs? You want to come up with a lot of different calendars?
Yeah, I mean we're not spending. That's really up to Sean in terms of the calendar. We've talked about it. I don't know that it serves a lot of purpose to do a lot of what if and right now. There's still time. We wouldn't have scheduled. We weren't scheduled to go to training camp until late July as it is. So we've still got some time. Obviously, it's impacted the off-season program that we would ordinarily have, and we'll just adjust accordingly.
Is there anything you get to do more of that's almost beneficial? Is there anything you want to do?
Well, we get to go back and we get to review the evaluations that we've done, that we ordinarily have done. You go back and you're reviewing, you're re-reviewing. We're taking on a few projects that we've had on the board for quite a while, so we get time to do that. Different studies. Different evaluations. Well, you just go. We've gone back over the last 5 years and looked at every, free agent deal, for example. We've gone back and looked at the performance of every player that's been signed, to a new team over the last 5 years, as compared to guys that have signed, back with their original team. So there's things like that that we wanted to do. We wanted to have done over the last few years, and we haven't had time to do that. And we're coming up with some things that we probably hadn't thought of before.
Mickey, can players benefit, by this time off? I know hopefully these guys aren't trying to work out and stay in shape, but can they really benefit by having it?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, Brian. It's a good question. Every individual is a little different. I like to think that the off-season program and what we do in the off-season is really important to our success, and so. But as far as each individual, I don't know the answer there.
Did you have any reaction to Reggie Bush's comments for the first time when he said, "I want to retire as a Saint"? Like, are you glad to hear him saying those things after you guys talked to him?
Well, again, I think when we're able to, we'll be able to talk with both Reggie and his agent, and hopefully we can work that out. We definitely would like to have Reggie as part of our program. He's been important to us over the last 5 years, and definitely think he can be important to us going forward. But we'll deal with that when we're able to.
Do your priorities change as you get closer to training camp? In other words, I assume you guys have the list of your to-dos that you every off-season, but let's say August 15th approaches and there's still nothing. Do you have to shift your priorities at that point, or do you still go 1 through 15 like you would normally, or do you give that much consideration?
Well, it's a little different because a number of those things were draft related, and so those are already taken care of. So we still have a list of things that we want to get accomplished, and when we're able to do that, we'll go through that list. It's never really a priority list in the sense that I want this done first. It's a list of 18 to 25 things that we want to get accomplished and get done, and we do them as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and it may be that number 18 gets done before number 1. So
can you say that once this thing gets resolved, hopefully gets resolved soon, that filling your roster is priority number 1 over trying to get Reggie under a new deal? I mean, would that absolutely usurp anything else?
No. I wouldn't characterize it that way. I think that's obviously, we're going to have a roster limit that we have to deal with. We've got to have a certain number of people at each position. I think the most important thing for us is we've got a number of guys that aren't under contract that we'd like to have back with our team, and so I would say off the top of my head, those are the things that are going to be most important. The guys that aren't under contract that we'd like to have with our team. All right.
Thank you.